fellow traders, 'tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Friday, March the 28th, the year's 2025. Let's talk trading. Weekly wrap-up. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And I hope that you have been using risk management all week and that you have not lost any more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade. Taking a look at the week, we can see, according to the dashboard, the dollar yen did not fill the open gap, but the rest of the pairs have filled it. The pound is up 69 pips above the weekly open, 30 off the high, 91 off the low. If we zoom out to the month, once again, we are up 53. Let's see, we're up 382 now from the open, 53 off the high, and 382 off the low. And as you can see, we're well above the previous month's high. In fact, 1, 2, 3, the last 3 months high. We broke them. Looking at the daily, we've pretty much stayed within that opening range for the week, except yesterday we broke out of the high and low, and then on Wednesday we broke out of the low, but not by much. So we've been kind of range bound. Just like if you look here, it's a range bound. So look for a breakout possibly next week. For the year, we're 452 pips above the open. We're 53 off the high and 863 off the low. We had an inside bar 3 days ago. We broke out of it, out of the high yesterday. Broke out of the low on Wednesday. It looks like we barely broke out of the high today, just by a couple of pips. So once again, looks like some squeezing going on. So something big may be on the horizon. And it looks like there's lots of inside bar trades happening. Today's range on the pound is only 46 pips. You can see the yen pairs seems like they're mostly over 100. Now, somebody had asked, why only do I trade the pound dollar? Well, that's what I mostly trade. And the reason was I used to just trade the dollar yen. And then I started trading with Walmart, and he did the pound dollar. And, it doesn't matter to me what I trade, because it's not, or what I trade, it just doesn't matter to me. So I started trading the pound dollar with him, and recently, over the past month or so, I've also been doing some dollar yen trades. In fact, even one day I did a euro trade because something just looked too juicy, so I couldn't resist it. As I was flipping through some charts or looking at a dashboard, something came up, and it was just like, ooh, I want some of that. But you can see here today, even, I think we had red news today, if I remember correctly. Whoops. I think we had some red news. But not much happened. And you can see here on the buy zone, just crisscrossing across that daily open, pretty much across all the sessions. You can see we crossed it and then came back up past a couple of half-hour candles here. And you can then once again see here we're doing some, you can see Xing out of these wick zones. And the rats, range is really too low for rats. So rat trades were not happening today. Pivots, Bambino Flex said to go long near the pivot, and looks like that paid off. And we're nowhere near the R1 or S1 resistance support lines. For the daily, we did take out today's pivot. For the weekly, we've taken out the pivot, but we have not taken out the pivot this month. Seems like we've been in and out of that upper wick zone, crossing the top of the previous day's candle. For the week, only 121 pips of range. So you can see here the range has been decreasing past couple of weeks. We did not break out of the previous high. We got 17 pips out of that previous low. High minus close right now is at 34, close minus low 87 for you weekly rats, and for the weekly crossover traders, 99 to the upside, high minus open, 22 to the downside, open minus low. Looking at some simple trading charts here. Normally we have that on the 30-minute. You can see here we had a cover. It's like price didn't cover here. Let's see, that one covered, this one. So this one was uncovered, and this one was uncovered, and it still hasn't been covered, meaning the price has not returned to the open beyond. So hasn't covered there. Oh, once again, just simple price action trades here. You can take candle color at the 50 line. Simple, you can see here we had some trouble at the open, so maybe you got yourself a couple of pips there. And let's see here, higher, low, lower, high, trading. And there's the highest low here. You can see that was worth some pips. Then we had a low high here. Right there you can see price broke through it, moved up, back down, broke it up again. And just looking at flip-flop, current flip-flop box there. And see what's happening looking left. There's some traffic, not much. It looks like price wants to go up, up, up from this level most recently. Flip-flop. And then we have a break to the downside. I mean, lower highs, lower lows. It's kind of talking to you, telling you which way to trade. And it looks like price right now needs to break this level because we're in these wick zones. See right here, price slightly pushed up. So needs to break these levels to come down to here, because between here and here, that's an imbalance. And there we go. Got another flip-flop. See, does price want to fill the imbalance to here? Have to wait and see. So remember 54. But let's look here at the charts. 435 range. I don't know if we've moved that since the last time. Let's take a quick look at the year-to-date accumulated. 915. So you can see we're above 1, 2, 3, the past 4 years. So this first quarter is somewhere around the average. Let's see, check the ATR percent for this month. Right now we're running at 104. So once again, better than the last 4 years, or the last 4 Marches. And if we want to see the year-to-date percent, so 3.56 from the open. There's not much to write home about there, right? So taking a look here at the trade reminder, price turning up, it's above the upper wick zone, buyer strong control. We're above the previous mid and the pivot. Still looking to fade that pivot sell, though with the strong control, I don't see it happening. Higher high, higher low, everything's saying up. So we drop down to the week. We're inside that upper wick zone, considering last week was mostly wick zone. We just crossed above the previous mid. We crossed above the weekly pivot. Lower high, lower low, but on a green candle. And if we drop down to the daily, barely above the open, 4.7 pips. Previous bar day was an outside bar. Price is or was turning up. We have a lower high and a higher low, so it looks like we're going to create another inside bar. So price action, okay. So you can see here, we did come down right here. We filled that imbalance and then some. So, that just goes to show, reading the charts, something simple. The only thing I have on there is flip-flop boxes. And as Walmart would say, he doesn't even have that. He can just see them. I like to have them because I like to know what that price is ahead of time. So I can punch in and punch out. And you can see right here, I think there was that imbalance that had been tried a couple of times now. We've definitely filled it. We're in the launch pad, which is anything in the 40s, from 40 to 49 on the pound. I call that the launch pad. So let's see what happens at the 45 level. If it breaks and holds, then it's going to go lower. If it either bounces or breaks and crosses back over to the upside, then it's probably good to go back up somewhere where I don't know. Let's see here. We look at the M1 ranges. You can see here we're steadily 2 pips, 2 pips. Nothing really huge except for 9 bars ago, which I guess would have been this one right here. So, fellow traders, I hope you're having a profitable day, week, month, year so far. I know Walmart is just slaughtering it. He is just really killing it on the pips. And I'm going to wish you all a fun and safe weekend. And I want all you traders to always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.